In el Campeonato Abierto Mexicano Queretaro 2025 International Ronda 3, Espinosa Veloz chooses Scotch game Benimar defense, leading to an intense fight against Duarte Barahona. On e4. On e5. Knight f3. Threatening knight takes e5. Knight c6. On d4. Espinosa Veloz is preparing to play. Knight takes e5. Knight takes e5. Pawn takes e5, and take decisive advantage. Pawn takes d4. Bishop c4 transposed into Scotch game Benimar defense. Espinosa Veloz wants to play. King castled kingside. On d6. Knight takes d4, and secure a stronghold in the game. Bishop e7 played by Duarte Barahona. Knight takes d4. Knight f6. Threatening knight takes e4. Knight takes c6 played by Espinosa Veloz. Pawn takes c6. On e5. Threatening pawn takes f6. Knight d5 played by Duarte Barahona. Queen g4. Threatening queen takes g7. Pawn g6 played by Duarte Barahona. Bishop h6. Knight b6. Bishop d3. On d5. Queen f4 it is novelty move. Bishop e6. Knight d2. Knight d7. Knight b3. Queen b8. King castled kingside. Queen b4. Queen takes b4. Bishop takes b4. Knight d4. Knight b8. On c3. Threatening pawn takes b4. Bishop a5 played by Duarte Barahona. On a4. Espinosa Veloz might go for Knight b3. Bishop b6. On a5. On c5. Bishop b5 check. King d8. Bishop g5 check, and take decisive advantage. On a6 played by Duarte Barahona. On b4. Threatening pawn takes a5. Bishop b6 played by Duarte Barahona. On a5. Threatening pawn takes b6. Bishop a7 played by Duarte Barahona. Bishop e3. Espinosa Veloz is aiming to play. Pawn h3. Bishop takes d4. Pawn takes d4. On c5. Pawn takes c5, and establish a winning position. King castled kingside played by Duarte Barahona. Rook ae1. Bishop takes d4 stop here, and find the strongest move for Espinosa Veloz. Bishop takes d4 is a strong choice, since Knight d7. On f4. On c5. Pawn takes c5. Knight b8. On f5 Espinosa Veloz have small advantage. Let's analyze the main game. Bishop takes d4. Pawn takes d4 is not the best move played by Espinosa Veloz. On c5. Duarte Barahona is aiming to play. On c4. Bishop b1. Knight c6. On h3. On h5, and establish a winning position. Pawn takes c5 played by Espinosa Veloz. Knight c6. On f4. On f5. On takes f6. Rook takes f6. On f5. Threatening pawn takes e6. On takes f5 played by Duarte Barahona. Bishop d2. On f4. Rook takes f4. Rook takes f4. Bishop takes f4. Bishop f7. Bishop takes c7. Knight takes d4. Bishop b6. Knight c6. Bishop f5. Think carefully what is the best move for Duarte Barahona. On d4 is a strong choice, since Bishop c7. King g7. On h4. On h5. Bishop d3. Rook c8. Still Duarte Barahona is losing. Let's go to the main game. Bishop f5. Espinosa Veloz is planning to play Bishop d7. Knight a7. On c6. Knight b5. On c7. Knight takes c7. Bishop takes c7. On d4. Bishop f4 and establish a winning position. Rook e8 is not the best move played by Duarte Barahona. Rook takes e8 check. Bishop takes e8. Bishop e6 check. Time to think. Find the best continuation for Duarte Barahona. King g7 is best move here because Bishop takes d5. Knight b4. Bishop e4. Bishop c6. Bishop b1. Bishop e8. Still Duarte Barahona is losing. Shifting to the main variation. Bishop e6 check. Bishop f7. Slightly worse move played by Duarte Barahona. Threatening bishop takes e6. Bishop d7. Espinosa Veloz claimed a well-earned victory.